Hey everybody on YouTube. I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but today I'm going to be doing some talking about my 400EX. Kind of doing a walkthrough, what parts I've added to it, where I got some of the parts, and just kind of a walk around. And I'm also going to be installing this bad boy, CQC, Carolina Quad Concepts. Or as I call them, AA Ron. What's up, AA Ron? You can also pick up these case savers at PeteHager.com. But I personally got this one for CQC. And he has some other color combos. And I asked, there's some other guys threw some idea. A black one with yellow writing, to match the Hornet. And I really love the red accents. So, one of these days I'm going to upgrade that swing arm. But I asked him, I saw that red one with the white writing. And I'm like, I'd really like that if it had the black writing. So, be kind of neat to see this on his website. The JC Films edition. So, we're going to go over this and kind of give our first impressions of this. Also, the one that I have on here, I did pick this one up from PeteHager.com. This is the DRW. There's a lot of controversy going on about DRW right now. But from my standpoint, and my experience with it, it has worked for me. It's still working right now. The carrier went bad at Durham Town. And as one of my buddies on the channel, Sparky Mark, he was riding it on MX-5. And the carrier went bad, and it threw the chain. Well, it did its job. So, I'm changing this out because I really, man, look at how bright that looks on there. So, but not in this video, but when I put this one on, the threads back here stripped out on the case. And I'm going to get it. It's an M6 1.0 thread. I am going to get a helicoil kit. I'll probably video that. But not today's video. I'm not riding today. It's just an absolute. It's just monsooning on it. It's been raining for 2 weeks. But anyway, looks like after I gave it an Alumibrite bath, got some rust growing on it right here. But yeah, y'all stay tuned, and we're going to get this off and install the CQC. Alright. I'm also going to be talking about this lift here and going over a few things with it. This is the Pitbull motorcycle lift, and it's made out here in Tennessee, West Tennessee, and it's 1,500 pound capacity. It's mainly meant for Harleys, but it works so good for quads. And what's neat about it, once you get it up, you pull this pin, and it's a lazy Susan. You can just spin the motorcycle or the quad while it's standing straight up. So, alright, I'll show y'all how that works. Alright, that is the Pitbull motorcycle lift. It's really awesome. Enjoy using that thing. That thing helped build this motor 3 years ago. And before we get into the case saver swap, alright, This is a 2004 Honda TRX400EX, and I've named it the Hornet. So it's got a PRM front bumper. These are the +2 A-arms. I got these off eBay, ASIs. And I've gone with the Team Alba brake clamps. This is a TUS stainless steel +2 brake line kit. These are off of an 07 450R. And I did have some Diamond J's on here, and they worked good in the beginning, but I only got a year out of them, and they just completely blew out. They do not last. And we got to take it a factor. I'm 230 pounds. So the Diamond J's that I picked up were the 9mm, and they're for a 160 pound rider. Well, that could have been a factor, but I've heard some other people say that they didn't last very long with them either, and they even got the bigger ones. But I'm really enjoying the 450Rs. One of these days, I'd like to send these off to Chris Grissom Racing. That's this fella right here. Y'all look him up. He also is the guy that built Doug Gus, his four-wheeler back in the day. If any of you old school enthusiasts remember Doug Gus, that dude was a bad to the bone rider back in the Huevos days. But he also, Chris Grissom, built my bottom end. One of these days I'm going to tackle a bottom end of my own, but not today, of course. But he rebuilt the crank. This has a Lighten flywheel. At one time, I thought it was 1 pound and 4 ounces out of the flywheel. But I found the invoice from Chris Grissom. It's 14 ounces. Maybe I saw 14, thought it was 1 pound, 4 ounces. Maybe I'm less dyslexic. I mean dyslexic. But 14 ounces has been taken out of this flywheel. And then I got it's also a big bore. I got this from BPR Racing. And it came with the niche cylinder, and I got a whole head assembly and all that stuff up top. And came with a heavy-duty 450R cam chain, stage 2 hot cam, Wiseco 10-to-1 piston. Our thoughts on that was, a lot of guys want to go with high compression and all that stuff, and you could go up to 11-to-1 and supposedly run on pump fuel, but I like Shell V-Power. It's just easy. And with it being a 10-to-1, you're less likely for the heads to come loose, because these are notorious for the head bolts coming loose. But I went with the 10-to-1 just for the longevity of it. And it has worked great for me. There's probably 200 hours on this top end now. And the only issue I have, and apparently it's a design issue, it wants to leak right up in here. See, there's a little bit of oil there now. The oil likes to pull right here when it sits. And so one of these days, I think this winter, I'd like to bump this up to a 426. That's an 87mm bore, which is a 416. And to bump it up to a 426, you go to an 88. It'd be cool. I've had this for 3 years. There's never, the only time that I wish I had more power is when I'm drag racing any of the 450s or the Raptors. But this will hang with them. But in a drag race and that clutch gets hot, it wasn't happening. Y'all can check out my Durhamtown video. I got spanked. But the clutch was hot. And I'm not a drag racer apparently. But it on the GP track and all that stuff, this hung with everything. So the 416 is plenty, but why not? I like to try out a 426. But also, I've dialed in the carburetor on this one. I got the needle position set on the 3rd notch. The air screw is 2 3/4 turns out. Or in. I know it's 2 3/4. And I got a 42 pilot and a 162 main. And it took a while to dial that in, but that's dialed. The fuel efficiency that I'm getting out of this too, I can ride a long way on a tank of fuel. Even anybody that rides with me, they're all like, dang. Especially anybody's got a Raptor, like, dang, man. I get 2 tanks, they're 1 tank. That's just I like carburetors. Like I say, fuel injected is cool too. Don't get me wrong, but you know, you got to get a programmer and all that stuff. If you put a pipe on all that, I can just take this 17mm nut off the bottom of that and change out of the jet. But one of these days, I like to upgrade the oil tank. But this is working fine for right now. And then here's another look at the ASI from this angle. And I did have some plastic issues. The mounts broke on them, so I took these brackets off of a pulley puller that we never used, and me and my brother took and bent it, and it has worked. This is cracking. These are the original plastics. I don't think they look too bad being 22 years old. Four-wheeler's old enough to buy alcohol. But let's see, my train of thought. But yeah, back to talk about the different parts. This is a factory stem, and whoever had it before me did spray paint it, and it's chipping and everything. It'd be cool one day to upgrade that to a Hauser. But I have replaced the steering stem bearing, replaced the bushing. I've replaced all my wheel bearings. I've already replaced my swing arm pivot bearings. Carrier bearing has been replaced. I have done this 4 times now on that one. This sprocket here is a JT sprocket, and it's been on there for 3 years, and it's still in great shape. I got a primary drive. This does have a sprocket kit on it. I got a primary drive 14 tooth front sprocket here, or primary sprocket. And then I went with a niche X-ring chain, and this chain has been flawless. I have not had an issue with this chain. This is an IMS shifter. I got that off Rocky Mountain. Of course, we talked about that earlier. That's a DRW. Got this off phager.com. And I have replaced the starter. I got that off Amazon. So far, that's working pretty good. And I've replaced the wiring. This is the 3rd battery. So far, this battery has been the best one so far, and I've replaced all the wiring here. One of these days, I got to change this rectifier out, but it's working. It ain't broke, don't fix it. And to me, the best part about this is I have a video on this. Y'all should go check it out. This is a stock rear shock, but I took it to Chris Grissom Racing, and we put a heavy-duty Race Tech spring in it, and I can't remember all the details. I do remember this is a .71. So, and he put a heavy duty bumpers in here. And instead of 155 PSI on the nitrogen, it's 165. Instead of a 5-weight oil, he went with a 7-weight. And it has a gold valve. Wait, no, he did not do a gold valve. Race Tech didn't offer the gold valve kit for this shock. But he shimmed it for my weight. And this rear shock is just, oh my gosh, I love this rear shock. See all the marks on my swing arm here? Like, when I got the quad, I was like, cool, swing arm's been powder coated. It ain't powder coated. It's, rattle can. My idea with this is I'm going to find me a stock 400EX swing arm, and I'm going to send it to Tyler McNabb and have him powder coat it for me. And, yeah, and then this is a Tusk Typhoon rear rotor. I did get this rear caliper off Amazon, and it's working. I figure if it goes bad, I'll do something about them, but it is working. I did replace the rear brake pads. I don't remember the brand. My buddy Corey Nichols, he just had an extra set after the carrier went bad at Durtown. He's like, here, take them. All right, I ain't going to say no to that. And I did replace the linkage bearings as well. When I first got the quad, it had a adjustable rear linkage. Hated it. I hated it. I can't tell you how many times this is the 3rd airbox that I've had on this. And there's a good sticker, the Carolina Quad Concepts. I'll show you another piece that he did for me on that too. This is a Tusk adjustable rear axle. The carrier bearing is also Tusk. Tusk makes good stuff, y'all. I mean, a lot of people want to bash it and everything, but they make decent, affordable things. I like it. On the exhaust, I did go with the Lex pipe off Rocky Mountain, ATV.com. And it's a budget one. I got the quiet core removed. It is full power. When I was having issues with my other shop being blown out and that lowering link, this was hitting the caliper. So that's why it was breaking my airbots. Everything bottomed out. It was terrible. So this is all. I don't remember what brand this rear bumper is, how that got broke. I got another video. We was at Cub Mountain, and I tried to tow my buddy's Raptor out, and I thought I could hook it right here. It just snapped right off. I learned my lesson. But, yeah, let's see. Train of thought. Oh, these are GBC at Seamasters. I went with 22s in the rear, and I went with 23s in the front. And the whole reason I wanted more ground clearance, because all the bolts are stripped off in the swing arm. I can't put a skid plate on it. But with having the oversized tires, I hope I don't teach myself, but I have yet to have a problem. I'm enjoying them. And I've had them on here for 3 years. I've done dirt road rides, pavement rides. I've gone to Badlands Bass, Cub Mountain, Sand Mountain, Durantown, Loretta Lynn several times. I have put all these 200 hours have been on these. And it's getting there, but they're still got tread. Can't beat that. Let's see, what else have I done? Oh, I've gone with the ATV high bend pro tapers. Let's see, I got a reflex front brake lever, and then that's a brand new OEM master cylinder. There for a while, I just wasn't allowed to have front brakes. Just wasn't allowed. But let's see, what else? This is a touch competition clutch. I got a feeling this winter it might be time to upgrade that. I'll probably have to put a new basket on it. I went with a +2 clutch cable, and I rerouted it down and away from the head. There's different brackets that you could do, and it goes up between the headers, but one of these days I might wrap this just to keep it cooler up here. But if it runs between there, the clutch, I may have got a year out of them. So I rerouted that one, and so far it's working for me. And then this is a eBay master cylinder for the rear brakes. And if you look, it doesn't engage till it's down here. So my rear brake lever is higher than the peg. I'm not having issues finding it, but anybody else that rides it's like, I can't find your rear brake. Even if I tell them, hey, before you get out on trail, practice your rear brake so you can find it. A lot of times when I'm riding, I can pull it here. It's not engaging. Look. Doesn't engage till you get it down here. So you can take your foot and kind of have it here. That way it's on demand. I don't have an issue with this, but everybody else does. These are Tusk competition Nerf bars. They were on the quad when I got it. And I got new nets coming. I finally found a red net set. That's coming. So I can't wait for that. That's going to look cool too. I love the red accents. And I've also upgraded my headlights. But also, I did upgrade my front brakes to the YFZ dual piston calibers. So far, I love that upgrade. That made a huge difference. But I recently did just change out the brake pads to the Tusk YFZ brake pads. Of course, to the YFZ calibers. But they bolt right up. You didn't have to do nothing. They bolt wide up. Great upgrade. I highly recommend that. So, what else have I done to this thing? I've done so much to it over the years. It also does have a K&N air filter with an outerwear on it. And that's kind of the overview, all I can think of at this moment. Said some of y'all that's been with the channel for a while, y'all know what I've been through with this thing. And this is not a garage princess. It's not a garage ornament. I ride this. So I'm enjoying it. I'm going to keep trying to go with the build. And one of these days I want to upgrade the wheels to the gold wheels to match the bars. I also have a Pro Taper Pro Clutch perch on here. Some of these days I like to upgrade this to a Mikuni hydraulic clutch. I just love the way the hydraulic clutches feel, but they're expensive. Like I said, this is what I do in my free time. I have a regular full-time job and everything, and a single parent. My boy's 16 years old. He's a gamer. So this is what I do in my free time. I guess I go over some of the stickers. I got a certified tree hugger from We the Bros on here. Of course, Chris Grissom Racing, Jackson Off-Road. I need to get some more stickers on here. But, what else? That's about all I can think of at the moment. You know how it is with the cameras going. You kind of blank. But, yeah, we'll finally get into swapping this case saver. First thing you got to do is take off your shifter. Let's see. I got that on there pretty tight. Yeah. Helps out with this. Let's see if it's gonna. Yep, it's not. So flathead screwdriver. Stick it in that crack. Oh, it's on there. There, it's almost there. How about that? Like I said, that could be finicky. That's plenty loose. Very, all I pulled it finally pulled off there at the end. But, yeah. Alright, another 10 mil here. All right. There's the DRW. Like I said, there's whatever's going on with the DRW. I'm not fully aware of all the details, but I hear there's a lot of issues going on with the owner. But on my side of it, it still works great. It has done what it's supposed to do for me. But I'm gonna hang on to this. It's still a good case saver. It has done its job. Might save this for a future build or something, or one of my buddies gets a 400EX and he needs one. So, but yeah, it's time for the CQC JC Films edition. All right. So here we go. Let's see how the fitment is. All right. Looks like it rubs right down here at the bottom. Top feels good. And he does send a hardware kit with it. I can't do the top one right now. I'll have to come back to that another time. I'll have to do a helicoil. I said I'll do a video on that. Let me get the other washer out. There we go. I have to say, looking through the camera, it really does pop. I like that a lot. Oh, don't forget. I recommend Loctite. I highly recommend that. Alright, so I couldn't find my red. I highly recommend red for here. But I got my blue. Something happens, I can come back to it. But, alright, here we go. Alright. Alright. Now, you don't want to overdo it. I know some people use a torque wrench, but this is an older quad, so I'm going to go by feel. I want to strip the threads out. That's about an ugga nugga and a half. Ugga 3/4. Now it's going to put our shifter back on. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe it's a little bit too far in. Oh, popped right on it. There we go. All right. And we're going to rock it right there. What do I do with my 10 millimeter? It's always the 10 millimeter. There it is. We're going to grab a wrench. There it is. All right. Ratchet wrench. There it is. Neutral. Well, what do y'all think of that? Put in the comments. Y'all like the red with the black writing? It definitely sticks out. That's for sure. We'll notice this barely moves. This kind of moves a little bit. It's a little bit more flexible. This is a little bit more rigid. So, well, all I can do is see what happens. I do know this feels more rigid. A little bit. It's definitely a lot stiffer. It's stiff. But that definitely does look good. But if I had that bolt there, it probably... But, yeah. CQC for the win. Can't leave our fingerprints all over it, you know what I mean? All that grease on it. Yeah. All right, put in the comments what y'all think. So, all right. Another thing I like to go over with y'all is this air box, my intake and everything. Aaron CQC did this for me. I already had the air box lid, and he did this adapter plate for me. It's got a little outerwear right here, and then inside. It's already dirty, but it still gets through it. But I left the snorkel on. An idea is maybe get a little bit of this outerwear material. I got some red up over there. Put it over the end of the snorkel, because my theory is if water does hit this, with air pressure, sure some of you might know this is called static pressure. So if water hits this and this is plugged off, that means all the static pressure is going to be coming right here and sucking the water in. So if water hits this and I still have the snorkel, it's going to pull from here too. So, yes, you don't want hot air in here, but in the wintertime, you do want this warm air, especially during startup. So I might put a little bit of outerwear filter material at the end of the snorkel. Maybe that could cut down some of the dirt getting in. But dirt's going to pass through this. Particles, they get small enough and all that. It's still going to get through this. There's nothing you can do about it, but this still helps. But he did the special JC Films edition for me. So, shout out to Aaron. So, yeah. Y'all know what to do. To be continued.
Zoom. Zoom. Catch me on the glide. Ooh, yeah. 400EX, taking that ride. Rubber burning, flames in the night. I'm the fastest groove alive. That's right.
Fastest groove alive, can't be denied.
Boom, babe, worldwide.
Half step break, then we take that dive.
We ride. Fastest groove alive. Fastest groove alive.
Oh. Baseline wobbling, dub it down slow. Dub it. Funk erupt and let the energy flow. Whoa. Half step twist, then we let it blow. JC Films.
Baby, steal the show.
Sure do hope y'all enjoyed the video. You know what to do. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button for me. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the new CQC Case Saver. Remember, you can pick these up at phager.com, Carolina Quad Concepts. You can hit Aaron Nichols up, or Aaron as I like to call him. So, thanks y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. And if you have any other questions, I tried to go over all the parts that I can remember. I started the channel with this, and exactly 3 years ago this week is when I started the build. So, 3 years is a lot to remember everything that you've done to this, or to your project. Let me know in the comments what project y'all are working on. Tell me what you're doing with y'all's 400EXs. So, hashtag save sport quads. Alright. We're going to do a little outro. Y'all know what to do. I appreciate you. And I love you. Bonus footage. We have the Derby. Raptor Chris. Sparky Mark. Amber. We're in Dixon County, Tennessee, y'all. In case you were wondering, I don't know if it was or not.
Number 85 is Caden Evans. Double zero. Don't get wet.
You know what? It seems like really good content, don't it? Hi, Bobby Mom. It's gonna blow up before they start. Terrible cameraman work here.
One.
That means go. What is happening? This is not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Alright, it's been 5 minutes later and nothing's really happened. Now the guy's just like, ooh, yeah, finally something after 9 minutes. Someone's revving it to the moon. Oh! I'm a little bit late. Somebody flipped out of their flip flops.
Personnel on the track, and he's getting back on that thing.
He's getting back on that thing.
Go!
Go! They're not going. Oh, there we go.
Put down the tail. if you want to be a